Now, normally I would not make a video on game, like an indie game or something, but it came to my attention, and it was pretty fun. So, perusing the Steam market, compared to console, there's a lot more indie games, which is nice. And I came across this game called Kill the Crows, which, after playing it, it was very Hotline Miami-esque. You die in one shot. However, unlike Hotline Miami, this is not a linear... I mean, maybe. I haven't beaten it yet. But it's got one area, and every time you die, if you reach a certain point, you fight a boss. You keep going. Hotline Miami had linear levels, but I feel like the gameplay in that was way more sandboxy, isn't it? Well, I feel like this one has a different type of gameplay than Hotline Miami, but forgetting that, I wanted to showcase this. Normally that's not what I do. I've already played a little bit of it, but I will showcase some stuff in this, but enough of that. Let's get to... So basically, the premise is your character is on the run from these crow people, kind of, and they followed her to a town, and the game starts. It's very simple, but instead of just talking about it, let's play it. I'm going to show just basic gameplay, remove the stuff I've already unlocked. So, let me remove this. And we'll start off simple. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna play on this, and let's get to it. So, 6 shots, and you kill all enemies in 1 shot. Pretty good. It's more of a reflex test. Use space to roll, and any form of damage towards you would kill you. And what this game does that I like is you have this mechanic, the showdown mechanic. Any enemy that can be shot within one of these bars, like within sight, can be showdown. So as long as you have a line of sight, your bullet wouldn't be blocked. You can insta-kill any enemy. Sometimes bosses, but it's really addictive. It gets very frantic, which you'll see a little bit. And the use of cover in this game is really nice to me. And the different enemies, like when this guy attacks, he swings, and the only way to get him is through its back. And you've got these little cannon fodder enemies, which fire relatively slow. You have your snipers. Oh crap! Oh crap! That was close. But I find the gameplay to be oddly satisfying. It works really well for what it is. And bam, sniper. I like the way this game uses line of sight to avoid enemies, and the way that this whole area is always the same, but I don't know if that changes. I haven't beaten this yet. But damn it, I wasn't paying attention. It uses this one area but turns it into a really nice packet of chaos. Like, every time you hit 100 kills, you get a boss. I think the highest I've gotten is 300. Yeah, best is 300 right here. And I got there, and by that point, you have enemies such as exploders. You have the shield guys, obviously, you have snipers. But when all of those combine, it gets very chaotic. Like, comparing that, let me put on some other stuff and watch how chaotic it gets. Which, as you unlock things, the game obviously gets easier and more sandbox. Like, compared to Hotline Miami, which is like the closest game I can compare to this, you are able to kind of experiment with showdown. Like, the resource management is very nice to me. Like, you have to manage when to reload, when to use your showdown, and when to roll. Because if you time a roll poorly, you might end up rolling into a projectile or not being able to avoid a sniper bullet. And personally, for me, I like to reload fairly, like, often. it works pretty well. I currently am using a revolver that has 8 bullets. So you can easily just do things like reloading. Well, that's not what I mean. I mean, it's better for showdown. Because if things start getting really hectic, no! Man, I don't know why I'm not able to pay attention. I was locked in yesterday. Reach 200 kills. I thought I already did that. Do you mean with this? This mechanic I have not gotten to use. It's curses. This got added recently. And it allows you to basically make the game harder. Intensify before 100 kills. Oh, this is handy. Yeah, I should probably use that. You get 2 passives. And different showdowns. Yeah, if you defeat a boss showdown, you get this. But overall, it's pretty fun. I'm gonna try to get to a boss so I can show off that. But I really just wanted to quickly show off this game because it was very satisfying. I'd say it's actually, I found it better for aim training. Like, if you see every enemy on screen or inflatable scene, it's really good for target acquisition. I found myself playing better at other FPS games after playing this, as it kind of just, it helped with hand-eye coordination, which was really dope. Like, if you're focusing on enemies off screen, it becomes very, very hectic. So it helps to keep your eyes wandering around the screen. It helped me with paying attention in other games too. I found myself focusing on stuff that I normally wouldn't have. Other HUD elements such as ammo count, which normally I do keep track of, but this made me do that more through the resource management. And I like the way the map's designed. It's kind of like, it fits into the story very well. Like, very impromptu put together map. And it feels chaotic, just the map as a whole. If you're a gunslinger in a town, that is just, it fits the world, I would say. I would say it fits in a way that feels like a Western. Like, you have these crows chasing you, and it helps you fill in this area a little bit, because you are being hunted by these creatures. Crap. I find it so hard to talk while playing games. I don't know how people can do this. 100. So, first boss. I think this guy's always the same. UR doesn't concern me. Oh. His ability, once I got to him, is these gravestones turn to enemies, so if you're not paying attention, they will get you that way, see? And I think once you kill a certain amount... I clicked space slightly too late, but that was my bad. He allows you to get your first items when you beat him. But... And that, I like the mechanics the bosses use, because the parts I got with the third one, which they use a mix of the enemies that came before it, so he uses these axe guys as his ability, and he has these little, he has an ability he uses where all this stuff comes down behind you and you have to move out of the way, which is cool. But I do like the element that the enemies use that matches what enemies came before. Like, he uses abilities up the sniper, the axe guys as cannon fodder enemies. Oh, I had to reload. But the gameplay loop is satisfying, because once you get into that, like, motion of being able to keep track of all on screen and keeping track of when to hit space, when to reload, it becomes a fluid game of if you're gonna get hit and when. And by the time you hit that 300 mark, or the 100 mark, you should start getting a hang of the gameplay mechanics. By 200, you might be pretty proficient. I noticed that when I started getting in that loop, I kind of just spaced out. I felt after doing really good on a run, there was a buzz in my hand and my arms and my face from where blood flow and the focus just kicked in, and it had that effect on me that I feel like only games like Elden Ring and other games like Siege had on me, where you had to intensely focus, but once you got good at it, it became very phonetic. It's like if you were forming a sentence and you're a native speaker. It was very fast. I felt like if I had to compare this to something, I would say that you start off as a newcomer to a language, and slowly you immerse yourself in that language, and then over time you learn it. Of course, this is not that complicated or that slow, depending on the person. It flows very well, and I like that. And I'm not going to give up, so we're going to go into another run. You know what, I'm going to lock into this section, so I'm silent, then you know why. That icon you saw right there is because I reloaded with no ammo in my weapon. Normally you'd have this, but it shows 2 arrows because of one of my gadgets. I don't like going over here. It's not an easy spot to go because it gets so congested so quick. That's close. Need to get out of this area. Oh no. Okay, there. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna get the first boss done. See, he has the elements of the sniper, and he summons these guys, which I like. Crack on that. Ooh. So close. I was so freaked out there. That one's going to... There we go. Woo! Woo! Get away from me! There we go. Alright. Taking longer than usual. Trying to film the showdown. No! Oh, there we go. I didn't defeat him with a showdown though, but that was the first boss. After this death, I'll probably end it there because I don't want to spoil the other bosses in the game and any other stuff that's in the game. I want you guys to go and experience it on your own. I'll show the Steam page and just go and get it. It's like $5 or less. Very fun indie game. Compared to the other games on the market, I'd say this one was made pretty well. It's very addictive if you just have some time. See, there was the flamer enemies, which not the second boss, but the third boss, I think, uses those mechanics. And no! He just wanted a warm hug. Yeah, I noticed. I rolled too early. But let me show the Steam page for you. It's right here. It's by 5 Minute Corp. Very addictive. You'll scroll through and it shows you all you really need to know. You will see, this is the, I don't know which boss that, I think that's the second. This must be a cursed area. First boss. But yeah, go ahead, check them out. Very fun. I'm not gonna spoil anymore. See, there's a story right here. And you learn that. I haven't learned it yet, but I really wanted to take a moment and shine a spotlight on this game. Very good reviews, very addictive. Hotline Miami, if you like that, go and play this. So yeah, I believe that this is probably one of the more satisfying indie games I've played.